Manchester City march on to the last four.
Manchester United through to the semi-final.
Into the last four of the FA Cup.
Sheffield United are going to Wembley.
This weekend, there will be a stillness on the streets of Manchester, Brighton and Sheffield as 3 cities empty and 4 teams head to Wembley for the FA Cup semi-finals.
Oh, Haaland gets his chance and gets his goal!
Sabitzer! Manchester United into the semi-final.
Brilliant feat! What a finish from Kaoru Mitoma!
Oh, it's a quite wonderful goal from limited time!
Welcome to the Emirates FA Cup preview show. Coming up, can Manchester United stay on track for a domestic cup double?
Overall, I think it's been a good season. Ten Hag's first, and I hope that next season will be even better.
Their opponents, Brighton, need to bury an FA Cup ghost of 4 years ago.
We've got unfinished business from our last semi-final. I think this year we actually believe we can win it.
In form and treble chasing, can Manchester City end a run of 3 successive semi-final defeats?
This year we've got to put that right, and we've got to make that step forward, make that next step into the final.
Or will Championship Sheffield United carry out one of the great semi-final shocks?
We're up against it, I can't stress it enough. But they're only human, they're only footballers, you know. No one's unbeatable.
It's been quite the season for the Brazilian Manchester United midfielder, known simply as Fred.
I've scored a few goals, more than in previous seasons, and I've been contributing a lot to the team. I'm really happy with my first trophy and hope to win many more here at United. To do this, I obviously have to continue working hard and doing my best to be on the pitch in every game. There's a lot of quality in our midfield, everyone fighting for their place in the team, all wanting to play and help the team. And that can only benefit Manchester United.
It's only 2 months since the Brazilians' first domestic success with United.
It was very important to me. It's my 5th season here, and unfortunately, I'd only hit the post before now, not having won a trophy. I reached finals and semi-finals without winning a competition. This cup came as a crowning achievement for the good work we're doing here. We are competing for 2 more trophies, and I'm certain that we will win them. That's why this season has been very important. I want to win more trophies with United. It's our first season with Ten Hag, a period of transition where we need to adapt to his style of play. It has been a good season. There have been ups and downs, of course. We're building a great team under a new manager. We look to improve every day, but there's not been anything specific. It's the positioning and Eric's more attacking style of play. This has helped me by getting in the area more, with more chances to shoot and score. That's the secret, and what has been most important for me. We've won a trophy already, and we're competing in 2 other cups that I'm sure we will also win. Overall, I think it's been a good season. Ten Hag's first, and I hope that next season will be even better.
The arrival of another Brazilian, one of the most decorated midfielders in world football, has made a major impact on the red half of Manchester.
Everyone knows what a great quality player he is. Everything he did and won at Real Madrid. Words can't describe him. Everyone knows how good he is. He made a huge impact upon our team with his strong leadership. He's helped us a lot, both on and off the pitch. He's a natural leader, and his signing was really important. It brings a lot to our dressing room, and it's always a pleasure to play alongside him.
So can Fred and the rest inspire United to victory over Brighton and another cup final?
We know their quality, a very good team with a great manager and quality players. We know they're having a very good season and are full of confidence. It won't be an easy game for us, but we're Manchester United and we'll be looking to do our best and win the game. Wembley is a historical place in England. Everyone knows what it represents, everything that's happened there. Playing at Wembley is always a marvellous experience. It's also special given the magnitude of the competition, the FA Cup. We've already played there in the Carabao Cup, and now we're going back to Wembley. It's really important for us and the source of tremendous joy. We're going to do everything possible to win the game and be back for the final, looking to lift another trophy at Wembley.
Emirates FA Cup third round tie between Manchester United and Everton.
Start of the season, I don't think it was, for me, really realistic to play at the final stage now of the FA Cup. But it's a good thing, nice thing.
Rashford, and Manchester United are safely through.
Extremely important for us. Great qualities, of course. The way he's smashing the goals. It's absolutely great this season. A great run, and like I said, he's really important for us. Also with his speed up front and the way we want to play.
FA Cup fourth round tie between Manchester United and Reading.
Casemiro, he scored the first 2 goals, I think, beginning of the second half. A chip.
In towards Casemiro. What a lovely finish from the Brazilian.
And a shot from long distance. So that killed the game actually, and then we continue to the next round.
FA Cup fifth round between Manchester United and West Ham United.
This match, like 1-0 down, then I went on number 10, I think. We played this tactic, what we sometimes do when we are behind, with Reshi up front. And then, luckily the last 20 minutes, we could change the game. I also could have personality, I could have some impact in it. I think also I had an assist at the end with Fred.
And you've seen in the second half, we grinded, we fought for every ball, and it really felt like we were the Stretford end was sucking that goal in, and it did in the end.
FA Cup quarter-final tie between Manchester United and Fulham.
Yeah, actually, it was for me. It was a little bit comparable to the game against West Ham. We were 1-0 down again. Yeah, there was the moment, of course, with a counter from us with Jadon, and then we were totally in control. Then, of course, it's also something. With two men up, we had the game in hand there, and then we just control it.
Bruno Fernandes, it is 3-1 again, with emphasis.
I think Brighton is a really strong team. They're having a great season. They have, of course, some quality players. So that's definitely going to be a tough game. We are capable to win trophies, and if we want to do that, then we have to beat them, and we're absolutely capable to do that. Wembley is also something special. Looking forward to go back there, absolutely.
Still to come, former Brighton striker Gordon Smith on a bittersweet Wembley final.
It's the most disappointing moment of my career. Without doubt, we could have won that cup.
And a look at some of the very best FA Cup semi-final goals.
Schoolboy's own stuff.
We've got unfinished business from our last semi-final.
De Bruyne's ball in, and it's headed into the net. Brighton behind early, that's exactly what they didn't need.
4 years on from a semi-final defeat to Manchester City, Brighton are back in the last four, with a point to prove.
I mean, it's a lot more defensive, and maybe we're going into the game sort of hoping more than anything, but I think this year we actually believe we can win it.
Lifted in nicely. Oh, brilliant goal again. Solly March stoops to conquer.
This season, probably more than any, has been my best season so far. So yeah, I think when you're playing well, you enjoy it the most. So I'm happier than ever.
8 goals since Christmas for Solly March.
I've been scoring goals, and it makes me happy and excited to get on the pitch every week. As I said, once I get one, they come like London buses, they just keep coming, and luckily they did. I remember the gaffer said in an interview that he wants me to get 10, but he said I have to take him out for dinner if I get 10. But that doesn't make sense, so yeah. But hopefully he'll take me out if I get double figures, yeah. Somewhere fancy that I'll be looking.
The appointment of Italian manager Roberto De Zerbi in September has brought a brand of football to the South Coast that's lifted Brighton and their key players to a higher level.
I think within his first day or two, he pulled me into his office and said, look, I want to see you as a big part of this team, and you're the kind of player I want to play week in, week out. And yeah, I think that sort of set me off. It made me happy, made me feel good, and I think that's why I've been playing so well. It's nice when you sort of know you're going to play every week, and I think that helps a lot. And yeah, he puts an arm around me and says I'm good enough, and yeah, it helps a lot.
Solly March.
And Solly March's fine form has been rewarded. The boy from Eastbourne, excelling in a more attacking role, has signed a long-term contract with the club where he began his career.
Yeah, I've loved it, I'm not going to lie. Previous years have been maybe more about going backwards than forwards, so I mean, me and Carew are almost the highest players on the pitch at times, so it's nice to be able to stay high, and obviously we've got to put in our defensive work, but the foremost at the moment is attacking, so yeah, I'm enjoying it and I love it. I think it's been a good cup run. Any cup run's a good cup run, whoever you play, so had some tough away games, and obviously Liverpool at home.
It's come to Mitoma, brilliant feat! What a finish from Kaoru Mitoma! Absolutely brilliant from the Japanese! What a find he is!
We've got high expectations. I think the way we're playing, there's not many teams, maybe Man City and Arsenal, that probably play better football than us, so I think it's just down to us to get the results, just keep playing well and keep, I guess, putting our tactical stuff from training into the games, and I guess if we get that a bit more luck, I think, yeah, top 6 is achievable, top 4 maybe. I think European football is definitely on the table.
Bruno Fernandes, it is 3-1 again.
Man United are a great team. They're maybe not on the best run now, but we've seen them this season. They've picked up a lot, and you know how they can play. They've got dangerous players, so yeah, we've got to be on our game, but I think we're going to it confident we can achieve something and hopefully get to the final. The club's never really won a major trophy, so it's a big opportunity. For the fans, it's a big day. They don't get many of them at Wembley, so to have 2 in like 4 years, it'll be a big occasion, and I know they've sold out the tickets now, so I know they'll get behind us and give us the help we need. Ideally, we want to win the FA Cup and get into Europe, so hopefully we can do that. Obviously, it's a big ask. If we'd have said that before the season, people would have laughed at us, but I think we've believed all along, and especially now with the Roberto managing, yeah, we do believe that, and hopefully we can get it done.
Round 3, away at Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough kind of sat off us a bit and like kind of waited for us to try and break them down, but I think once we got the first goal, they had to come out and try and press us, and that's when we kind of turned on the style. And Alexis just came back from the World Cup, and you know, he's on cloud 9.
Whoa, what a remarkable touch from McAllister.
great player to play with, an even better person as well to have in the dressing room. So for him to achieve winning the World Cup, it's amazing, not just for him and Argentina, but also for everybody at Brighton and involved, and everyone was over the moon for him, still are. Round 4, home to Liverpool. It was a really difficult game and we went 1-0 down and then we won it late on with Mitoma.
Lobbed up nicely. It's come to Mitoma. Brilliant feet! Oh. What a finish from Kaoru Mitoma to send Brighton into the 5th round of the FA Cup.
We feel like we can beat anyone on our best days, and we showed it here that we can beat teams on not so good days. So yeah, we've got everything in our squad to keep pushing on, and hopefully we can keep going further in this competition.
Round 5, away at Stoke. A Tuesday night in Stoke, we've heard that saying plenty of times before, and it's not the easiest of places to go to, you know. Overall, we pretty much dominated the match, and I think it was a great ball from Donkey through to Mitoma. He's made a good run in behind, I think they're right back, and then Evans tapped it in. So it was a great move, something that we work on in training, and for it to then play out in games, it's massive for it to be the decisive goal as well. Quarter-final, home to Grimsby. They'd already caused a few upsets earlier on in the competition, so it's a game that we had to be very well prepared for. They had an unbelievable crowd that came with them to the Amex, so it made it a great occasion.
And Ferguson, brilliant! And Brighton have a foot firmly in the semi-finals of the FA Cup now.
The FA Cup, upsets can happen, and we had to make sure that it didn't.
And Grimsby have been put to the sword by Brighton.
Semi-final, Man United at Wembley. Obviously it's a great occasion, something that the whole club's very proud of, and it's a day I'm sure that everybody's looking forward to.
For 150 years, the FA Cup has delivered timeless moments of magic and heartbreak, names etched in folklore. From overnight sensations to legends of the game, these are the stories of those who left their mark on this famous competition.
Hi, I'm Gordon Smith, and this is my page in FA Cup history.
He's inside of that showing penalty area. He finds Smith, and Smith can score, and he hasn't scored, and Bailey has saved it.
It's still to this day, it's my biggest regret in football that I didn't score that goal. Well, it was astonishing. I mean, it was a fantastic day, obviously, to be playing a cup final, but the build-up to it was also amazing. The club were in the first ever cup final. It was incredible to arrive at Wembley, and it was a great atmosphere. In the dressing room, we had a plan before the game. We said, you know, we're the underdogs here today. Everybody even fancies Manchester United. Let's talk to the Man United players as we go in the tunnel and see how they react to that. And that's exactly what we did. And it was quite funny because a few of them get quite a fright at the fact that we were wanting to chat to them. I think I was quite near the end. I see beside Gordon McQueen there because I thought I'll go and stand beside my fellow Scotsman for the walk onto the pitch. It's a great feeling to walk out in front of 100,000 people. It's fantastic. Our fans were right up for it. It was a brilliant atmosphere. I was delighted to score the first goal of the game. Gary Howlett picked me out well. He put a lovely cross in. I'd peeled away to the back post. Kevin Moran was marking me, and I just thought, if I can get away from him and he doesn't quite get the header, then I've got a chance here, and that's exactly what happened.
Number 8, Howlett. Chipping one in for Gordon Smith. It's there! Gordon Smith for Brighton after 14 minutes. The underdogs have taken the lead.
There's a ball to Gary Howlett now. And a lovely little cross to the back post. It's just over the head, Kevin Moran, and I managed to get my header in there. Delighted to get the first goal. Not got a big smile on my face, but I didn't really celebrate in that way in those days. I just like to get the ball and put it in the net and enjoy it. And for us to be 1-0 up, especially as I say in a day when we were the total underdogs, it was a great feeling. But this is the equalising goal coming up here. You see Chris Ramsey at the back, he was struggling, and he couldn't get in at the back post to prevent that because of the injury he had, so it was really tough for him to lose that.
Muren picks his way out of that little bit of trouble, and what a ball here for Wilkins. Alverston's made a tremendous break through the middle for Wilkins. Oh, a brilliant goal by Ray Wilkins!
So we're 2-1 down there and we're fighting.
There's Grealish. Will he try a shot? He's trying it for Stevens!
What a good finish that was too. Just took it his left foot and fired it away in. But you can see there we thoroughly enjoyed that. To get a late equaliser like that, it was a great moment for us because it put us into extra time. You know, we were feeling good about the fact that we had come from behind against the favourites to win it, and that gave us a real boost. The game was winnable. Manchester United were the same, they were having a go. So it was a very, very attacking game. And then at the end of the game, I mean, last minute it was of extra time, I had the chance to win the cup for Brighton. Mick Robinson broke away with a good pass from Jimmy Case. Mick Robinson does well. You see him just cutting inside, and I'm pretty sure he was going to shoot, but he played it to me, and I was about 7-8 yards out.
He finds Smith, and Smith must score, and he hasn't scored, and Bailey has saved it.
The commentator on the radio that day said, "And Smith must score," and that phrase is remembered to this day. Even the fanzine, the Brighton fanzine, was called "And Smith must score" because of that. Still to this day, I regret it greatly because I do feel I should have finished it a lot better. I should have put any height on it at all, and it would have been a goal. Gary Bailey always says he doesn't get credit for his save. I wish he did get a bit more credit because in that case, then people would forget exactly about me. And as soon as that happened, the final whistle blew, and that was us going into a replay in a game we could have won. I've so much sympathy for my teammates, the fans, the management that day, everybody. I feel sorry. I don't feel sorry for myself. I'm just angry with myself because I should have scored and I should have won the cup for Brighton. Well, the replay was played on Thursday night, and we were 3-0 down at half-time, but we'd actually played pretty well. We went out, we lost a goal in the second half as well, but we didn't play badly at all. It just looks as if we got hammered in the replay. After the replay, Alan Davis came up and asked me for my shirt. The sad aspect of it is that 9 years later, at age 30, Alan Davis committed suicide. I still have his shirt to this day, but I'm going to give his shirt to a charity called Mind UK to raise funds because I feel it's a very good cause. I think that it's memorable, the fact that I'm doing it in the 40th anniversary of the game. It's a moment in my football career I'll never forget, and it's the most disappointing moment of my career. Without doubt, we could have won that cup, and what a great moment that would have been. And that was my page in FA Cup history.
Grimes is onside, and so is Whiteside here. Oh, I say! It's amazing! It's absolutely fantastic!
For Millwall. Good block by Poom. Cahill! So often a talisman for Millwall, and he's done it again.
Is Gascoigne going to have a crack? He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Chris Waddle, is he going to have a crack? Oh, he does, and he scores! Anything Paul Gascoigne can do, Chris Waddle can do. It's happened again in a Wembley semi-final.
Eden Hazard finds Cesc Fabregas. Back to Hazard. Took it away from Costa. It's Matic with the ball driver! Matic takes the net off!
Still to come, from one number 9 to another, Sheffield United's Ollie McBurney on matching up with a goal-scoring machine.
It's ridiculous, isn't it? He's someone that I can look up to, you know, being younger than me, but I'll definitely look up to, big boy, innit?
And it's all a bit straightforward in our FA Cup quiz.
Oh, it's easy. See, light work.
John Stones' rise to stardom began in a working-class stronghold in South Yorkshire. It's a decade since the emergence of the Barnsley Beckenbauer.
It seems a long time ago. I'm not too sure on it, to be honest. I know a lot of people say it, I kind of steer away from it. No, it's nice to be likened to someone like that, and if things like that come, I'll smile at them.
Franz Beckenbauer's class lay in his technique and versatility. Stones is treading a similar path at City and undergoing a positional evolution.
I was always kind of a defensive player. I think a lot of my old coaches will say that they could see me playing in midfield, and I was probably the one that say, oh, I'm not sure about that, but I think that's maybe where I should believe more in myself and you know, take that role on. It's helped when I've played in a right-back position to then transition to moving inside and being higher up the pitch, and you know, the manager's put me in there and I'm trying to express myself and give everything to the team first and foremost, and yeah, it's been great for me, and I try to add another string to my bow in that sense.
And Pep Guardiola's decision to change the 28-year-old's role is endorsed by the facts and figures.
Football's so fluid now, and yeah, it's all about knowing and understanding the role and responsibility and knowing where your teammates are at times, and then, you know, showing your individual qualities and what you can bring to the team. And yeah, being higher up the pitch is I really enjoy it and enjoy the movement, the kind of fluidity to it.
City's style requires its share of patience and discipline, but especially in the attacking third.
Teams play with so many players behind the ball, and you know, we have to be so intricate in that final third in when to take shots, and you know, that's not one of my stronger qualities. It happened earlier on this season, actually. I pulled the trigger and scored, so yeah, it's difficult to find those situations now. Getting that space or knowing where to be, and that's something I'm working on, and it comes easier to obviously Erling and the boys that score more often.
Which brings us to the Manchester City goal machine, now up to 48 in all competitions. But if Erling Haaland's impact has shocked opponents, it surprised his teammates too.
I think he's outdone in everyone's kind of opinion on him coming to the Premier League, and I think we all knew what kind of player he was and what he'd bring to us as a team, and I think he's exceeded that.
Haaland is there, inevitably. The goals just continue to flow in an almighty torrent.
Knowing him as a person now, he just wants more, which is incredible.
But Haaland's impact will be judged by trophies, and City need to hurdle an FA Cup barrier they've fallen at for 3 seasons running.
They failed in the FA Cup semi-final as they did a year ago.
We always want to better ourselves from previous experiences, and we've been in this situation a few times, and it's been a difficult one to take, I think, because we've been in such a good position, in good form, and it's not worked out. And I think this year we've got to put that right, and we've got to make that step forward, make that next step into the final.
Oh, what a goal! Sheffield United are going to Wembley.
We have to, and I definitely give every team the respect that they deserve. They're there for a reason. That's the beauty of this cup. You know, you see these kind of games, and we know that they'll give everything as we will, and we have to approach it as we do every other game. And then it's about us on the day being calm and collected and being ourselves and going out and doing the job.
Unbeaten since February, with a settled team and an extraordinary striker, an historic treble is now a possibility.
We've put ourselves in some great positions in the competitions that we're still in, and fighting for all 3 of them. I think we've done that over, you know, a sustained period of time now. And yeah, we're going for everything. We want to try and win as much as we can, and we believe we can, which is the most important thing.
Emirates FA Cup third round tie between Manchester City and Chelsea.
It was amazing when it was like 30 yards out. No one's really got the right to shoot from there, and Riyad, obviously he's got the technique to do it, and it was a great goal. It was probably the best way to start off the game. From there, it just carried on getting better. I got to play in a competition where, you know, you dream of playing in it from a young age, so even though it was a short amount of time, I got to come on and have a little touch of the ball and stuff like that, and it was a good game to play in.
FA Cup fourth round tie between Manchester City and Arsenal.
For me, it was amazing to be able to start and play that game. It was a tight game the whole game, you know, and that moment there was the only thing that split up the two teams, and obviously we edged it in the end.
FA Cup fifth round tie between Bristol City and Manchester City.
It's always tough to go from playing Chelsea, Arsenal, and to go to a, you know, championship side where, you know, the atmosphere is going to be bouncing, you know, their fans are going to be right behind them, and, you know, obviously they're a great team as well. Phil, that month he was on fire, he scored 2 there. I think he then went on to score a couple in the Prem as well, so amazing from him to help us get the lead and ultimately finish the game.
Manchester City, Burnley in the quarter-final of the FA Cup.
They play similar football to us where they like the ball, they keep the ball. They've got a manager who's trying to instill his philosophies on the club. It was always going to be a tough tie, but once we got going, it was from there on it was quite simple.
Phil Foden. Oh, and Holland is there, inevitably. Well, he has his hat-trick. The goals just continue to flow in an almighty torrent.
Every goal means a lot to me, and every goal for the team means a lot. So to win 6-0 today is an amazing thing against a really good Burnley side. I'm really happy, and now the next game is at Wembley.
Sheffield are going to be another tough opponent. I'm buzzing to be going down to Wembley. Obviously, hopefully we get the job done and we go there again for the final.
Everyone kind of roots for the underdog. The FA Cup's the underdog's cup.
Well, that is some ovation. That's what it means to these supporters.
It's a decade since Sheffield United, then a third-tier club, reached the FA Cup semi-finals.
Someone mentioned it when we got through to the semi-finals about how long ago it was since the last time that Sheffield United got to the semi-finals.
And here's a chance for Myler! That'll do it! A 5th goal for Hull City.
It's the end of the road for Sheffield United.
Just a few months earlier, Bradford City were losing in the FA Cup second round, and a skinny 17-year-old was just starting out.
Your debut, do you remember it?
I think I do, but now I'm doubting myself. 10 years ago is a long time. Was it Rotherham? It was. Yeah, we was getting pumped, 3-0. And then the gaffer put me on with about 10 minutes left and said, go change the game. So yeah, cheers for that, gaffer. That was a enjoyable plunge into first team football. I'm sure my family will remember it a lot better than I do, you know, but it's a big day for a professional footballer, is the professional debut.
A decade later, Ollie McBurney is playing a key role as United close in on promotion to the Premier League and a semi-final.
I think the FA Cup was it was never really at the forefront of our mind, and it kind of just happened. You know, we just won game and then another game and another game, and you know, you end up in the quarterfinals with a chance to go to Wembley, and that's probably the first game where we thought, hold on a second, you know, we've got a chance to do something special here as well. But it's no secret that the Championship's always been our priority this year. You know, getting out of the Championship automatically is our goal, and is still our #1 goal.
The Scottish international is back amongst the goals this season, after scoring just once in the last campaign.
The last couple of years have been fairly frustrating personally, you know, whether it be, you know, injury, you know, getting ill, not playing well in general. It's been tough, man, because, you know, everyone knows me, knows how passionate I am and how much I want the team to succeed, and I want to succeed personally. This year, yeah, I felt really good going into the season. I felt really good all year. It's been a pleasure to play with the boys this year. I think we've got ourselves in a great position, rightfully so, and you know, to be a part of that and to help the boys as much as I can with that has been really rewarding for me.
And McBurney's good form is partly down to his blossoming partnership with Iliman Ndiaye.
He's a special kid, man. We always knew he had the raw ability and, you know, the mindset to get there. It was just whether he could translate that onto an 11-a-side pitch. I think our first game together that we played, my friends after the game were messaging me saying, "Oh, have you and Illy played it together a lot?" Because it looks like that, you know, and we never really had before. You know, it's just one of them things in football, especially with strikers. You can kind of have these partnerships where you kind of know each other, what are each other going to do, and you know, it's been thoroughly enjoyable to play with him this season. I think he's a lot of the reason why I've been able to get back into good form this year.
In February, McBurney's long-awaited first FA Cup goal arrived for the Blades in a fourth-round tie at Wrexham, and against the man who handed him that debut for Bradford 10 years ago, Phil Parkinson.
I've got quite a good record against Parkinson, so it was nice to get that goal. I was just coming back from my ankle ligaments that I'd ruptured in that game, so that was nice to get my first goal back from that, to kind of kick me on again. And like I say, when we played Blackburn, it was like we've got a big opportunity here to get to Wembley, and you know, we were kind of unlucky to find ourselves 2-1 down. And it was just about getting that goal to get back into the game. And once we scored that second goal to equalise, you know, I thought there was only really ever going to be one winner in that game.
And Doyle, good hit! Oh, what a goal! And this fantastic captain surely has a late winner.
On loan from Manchester City, semi-final match winner Tommy Doyle can't face his parent club. But United will believe there can be another special day in an outstanding season.
We could have got a nicer draw in the semi-finals, but you know, it's exciting challenging yourself against arguably the best team in the world. Even from my personal experience of playing the 2 years that we did play in the Prem, I think City, they just keep the ball off you so well. Every player's so comfortable on the ball. We're up against it, I can't stress it enough. But they're only human, they're only footballers, you know. No one's unbeatable.
Haaland gets his chance and gets his goal!
Yeah, maybe he might not be human, actually, thinking about it now. He's ridiculous, isn't he? He's probably the best number 9 in the world. Being in that team, you know, he gets unbelievable service. But, you know, his movement and his finishing is incredible. And, you know, it's something that I can look up to, you know, being younger than me, but I'll definitely look up to him, big boy in it.
In the Premier League era, Sheffield United have played 4 FA Cup semi-finals and narrowly lost all of them. If they can consider themselves unlucky not to have reached a final, now they need to change that.
What are you saying, we're due one out here, we're due a bit of luck? Nah, listen, we take it. It's a free hit, you know, no one expects us to get anything from the game, so you know, we go in there with clear minds to go and do whatever we can to upset the apple cart.
Round 3, Millwall. Always a tough place to go. It was a good cup game. Defensively, we were strong. I think with the ball, we were really good too. And Jebbo got the first goal, really good finish, and Bowes got the second. So yeah, it was you know, really enjoyable game, and you know, a good cup tie. Round 4, Wrexham. We knew that it would be, you know, a big one, considering, you know, where they're going as a club now, and you know, the whole media focus around them. So you know, we went down, took an early lead, and probably looked like we were going to kick on, but you know, credit to them, they came back, and you know, I think we were 3-2 down, went down to 10 men. So you know, we showed good character to come back and get a result, and you know, luckily I stepped up at the back stick with the last kick of the game to get a replay.
In by Doyle, and they've got their equalising goal. John Egan to the rescue for Sheffield United.
The crowd was good, and you know, we were lucky to get a draw in the end. The replay at Bramall Lane, first half we were really good, could have been out of sight at half time. Only 1 goal up, so you never know. And then there was obviously a penalty awarded that was probably outside the box, but stuck it away. And then they get another penalty, and you're thinking they could go 2-1 up here again. So Adam Davies made a fantastic save to keep our hopes, and then you know, we finished the game strong and got 2 late goals to get the win, but it was a really tough game.
Great cup tie over two games. They played excellent. I think they've been disrespectful though. A few things before the game. Eyeing up Spurs, they've not even beat us. We're an honest set of lads, and we want to go as far as we can in this competition.
Round 5, Spurs. I I think I was suspended for that game, that's why I wasn't playing, and we made a lot of changes. Spurs brought a really strong team and we're heavy favourites, but we were well worth our victory that night. I think we were the better team, and the Illiman's got that quality, and he came on and did his thing.
Brilliant feat! Oh, it's a quite wonderful goal from Illiman and Jai!
It was a huge win for us to beat a top Premier League side like Spurs at home. You know, it was a special night for Sheffield United. Quarter-final, Blackburn Rovers. Roller coaster, 1-0 down, we get a goal, and then they go 2-1 up with about 20 minutes odd left to play, and you know, we're in familiar territory, it seems. We stuck at it, got the equaliser, great finish from Ollie, and then I think Tommy Doyle's strike in the last minute was fitting to win any game.
Good hit! Oh, what a goal! A ripper! And this fantastic cup tie surely has a late winner.
To win that game at home in front of our fans was fantastic, and you know, we're all delighted, and you know, looking forward to the semi-final now. You know, we know we're up against probably the best team in the world, so you know, we know it's going to be a tough game, but we have to go there and you know, believe in ourselves, and you never know, it's the FA Cup.
Brilliant! That's the inspiration that they needed, and Watford aren't out of it yet.
Robson gets it back, and the gap was opened up, and that is truly magnificent. 1-1.
Oh, Luis Garcia breaking now. Another chance, and this time he has taken it. It's a beauty. And now Liverpool do lead 2-0. Luis Garcia. Well, there was certainly danger in there. Still might be. Oh, yes! Joe Letley with an absolute cracker. A peach of a goal, and Cardiff take the lead.
Carrick giving it away to Toure, who's in for Manchester City here! It's the blue side of Manchester celebrating the first goal in the semi-final, the Manchester derby at Wembley.
Giggs. Great run here by Ryan Giggs. Oh, what a goal! Would you believe it? Ryan Giggs could have taken Manchester United to Wembley.
And finally, quiz time as we test the FA Cup knowledge of Rico Lewis, John Egan, Danny Welbeck and Wout Weghorst.
Told you I was good in quizzes.
OK, stand by. Sheffield United last reached the semi-finals of the FA Cup in 2014. But who beat them on that occasion?
2014.
2014? Oh, I've got no clue, no clue.
Hull City.
Hull City.
Hull City, yeah.
We'll give it to you, Danny. It was Hull City who beat the Blades in an 8-goal thriller. Question 2. Erik ten Hag has already won the EFL Cup in his first season at Old Trafford. But who was the last United boss to win the FA Cup?
Sir Alex.
I'm going to say Van Gaal.
I think it's Van Gaal.
Van Gaal?
Louis van Gaal.
That's right. It was Wout's fellow Dutchman, Louis van Gaal, who lifted the cup for United in 2016. Question 3. Erling Haaland opened his FA Cup account for Manchester City with a hat-trick in a 6-0 quarter-final win over Burnley. But can you name the other 2 City players who've also scored 3 times in the Cup this season?
I will skip this one.
Alvarez.
Alvarez. Is he, yeah?
Julian.
Phil Foden.
Foden.
Still have 3.
Correct, Rico. Phil Foden has 3 FA Cup goals this season, as does Julian Alvarez. Question 4. Brighton are looking to reach their first final in 40 years. But which member of the Brighton squad already has a winner's medal?
Stuck between 2 here.
Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
Danny Welbeck.
Me? No, you kind of like had me. I was thinking, is it me? Yeah.
Easy for Danny, who won this competition in 2017 with Arsenal. And question 5. The new Wembley has hosted the semi-finals for 15 years. But name the first 4 semi-finalists who played there.
In 2008? Not a chance. I was like 4 years old. No clue.
Man U.
Portsmouth.
Tough one, but Portsmouth is correct. The 3 other semi-finalists joining the eventual winners were West Brom, Cardiff and Barnsley. Good efforts from Veg and Rico, but the winners this week are John Egan and Danny Welbeck.
Take it.
Oh, it's easy. See, light work.
Recently, the semi-finals have signalled the end of the road for this year's last 4. Who will end that record this weekend?
There the journey ends for Brighton home Albion. It's the end of the road for Sheffield United. Manchester City way off the pace. United simply haven't turned up at Wembley today.
Enjoy the action, and we'll see you for the final.
Gordon Smith, it's there! Oh, what a goal!
Haaland gets his chance and gets his goal!
Back to Young, bottom corner of the net, Casemiro!
Ronaldo!
So, just chatting, the McAllister shirt, these are the boots he got the assist for Di Maria in the World Cup final. He wears them boots all the time, that is incredible.
Unbelievable! They've made it to the Emirates FA Cup quarter-final and this fan base have been exceptional.